Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I've got a gift request from none other than Renee Mooberry. So Renee is her actual name, but Reneuzels is one of her many nicknames on the channel. Renegade for Dwight is another one. So anyway, Renee, thank you for this gift and request of Blackberry Smoke's One Horse Town. And I had done this one 5-6 years ago. And Renee said she knows I did this one about 5 or 6 years ago, but this is a different version of the song. So we're going to give it a whirl. Yeah, I got turned on to Blackberry Smoke about 8 years ago when I was down in Florida taking care of my mom. And my neighbors across the street, who I knew from back up here in Jersey, just coincidentally, that's where they bought their house. Brian was like, Don, you got to check out Blackberry Smoke. And I did. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're good. They're in someone's backyard.
Hi, we're Blackberry Smoke and we're in the backyard.
Straight to the point. That's pretty.
In the tiny town where I come from, you grew up doing what your daddy done, and you don't ask questions, you do it just because.
I like that
you
line.
Don't climb too high or dream too much. With a whole lot of work and a little bit of luck, you can wind up right back where your daddy was.
Tough, man.
This little bitty town, it ain't nothing new. We all stick around, 'cause they all tell us to. You swallow your pride, just to make your family proud. If I didn't think that it would shut the whole place down, I'd ride my pony right out of this one horse town. Yeah, this one horse town. I'm an old married man at the age of 23. Got 2 little boys on the baseball team, and that might be their only ticket out.
Yeah, that's like inner city stuff
All
too.
they got is a worn out name, and a daddy that could have gone all the way. But I hung my saddle up and I settled down.
At 23.
This little bitty town, oh, it ain't nothing new. We all stick around, 'cause they all tell us to. Swallow your pride, just to
I don't think
make your
it's pride.
family proud. If I didn't think that it would shut the whole place down, I'd ride my pony right out of this one horse town. Yeah, this one horse town.
Oh, we don't understand that they call it a one horse town, which is obviously just a way of saying it's a really small rural town. But are we to like sort of assume he'd ride his pony out of town? Does he have that one horse and that's why it would shut the whole town down? Like, is that sort of like the implication here? Yeah, and swallow your pride. I'm thinking swallow your pride and go. Don't swallow your pride and stay.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of pressure from your family though.
This little bitty town, oh, it ain't nothing new. We all stick around, 'cause they all tell us to. it family proud. If I didn't think that it would shut the whole thing down, I'd saddle that one horse and ride him right out of this town.
I think what's meant by shut the whole thing down is the family lineage, the approach. Because his one doing what his daddy did, then he stayed. Now he's got 2 boys. Their only way out is baseball team. He could have made it, but he didn't. And he said that in the song, basically, that, he didn't make it in baseball either. But I think shutting the whole thing down, if he rode out of town, it would be the lineage and the lifestyle, the approach of just doing what your father did and staying in the family and not leaving. But so many folks want out because you see in the outside world that there's more there. I remember, I've watched a number of Larry Bird documentaries and a lot of documentaries, but one in particular where, he grew up extremely poor in French Lick, Indiana. And his family had no money. They grew up on a railroad track in a broken down home. And he said when he was younger, he didn't know there were people on the outside. This is before he was a professional ball player or before he was in college. He just said, I never knew there were people out there with a family car. I never knew there were people out there who were millionaires. I always thought this was life and I would live and die here. And then he got good at basketball and went on. But it's true, like, if you don't know about the outside world, you just think this is your world. And if your parents never instill in you, look, you could become better, get an education, work hard, you can leave here, you can get out, you can make something of yourself. It's hard for a parent to push your kid to do that, to make enough of themselves to leave. Like, what parent wants their kid not around them in some way? And there can be jealousy. Some parents are jealous of their children when their children go further than they went. And I know some people like this. And to me, it's revolting. It's like most parents want more for their kids. And when their kids get it, they're happy for them. And I love seeing major entertainers, major athletes, major actors and actresses. And you'll see sort of like they'll be on some TV show with one of their parents. And you could just see like they still love their parent and their parent still loves them and they still respect their parent. Like, oh no, I could never do that scene in a movie because my father, I could never do that because of my father. Or whatever. And I love that respect that, regardless of how big you are, you still answer to your parent. And in this song, there's so many social implications. It's not just the financial. We don't have much, therefore we can't climb above this. It's one of the reasons Loretta Lynn is who she is. She did. And anyway, that's the dynamic of life. So I love their harmonies. I love the way he plays guitar. I love the bass in this thing. It was coming through underneath the whole thing. And the storyline, which is gorgeous. I mean, they really are a talented band. Everything I've done by them is beautiful. So, all right, I'm going to rate this one. And the number that popped into my mind was a 9.5. I mean, they were just very tight. The sound was good, especially for an in-the-backyard performance. It's a backyard thing, but they had good sound equipment, and I liked the way it was shot. So hopefully we succeed in getting this posted. If you see this, Renee, you'll know we succeeded. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on another video and keep rocking the country.
You don't